So what is the source qualifier transformation, right? The source qualifier transformation is nothing but it's a very first transformation. So this is the, whenever you are drag and drop a source into a mapping, you'll be getting one transformation called source qualifier. So what is the main advantage of the source qualifier? What is the primary task of source qualifier? It converts source data type into Informatica native data type. That means your source might be your Oracle, SQL Server, DB2, flat file, SAP, Salesforce, or anything, right? Your source might be from anything, any different data sources. See, look at here, this is an Oracle. So Oracle, we have varchar 2, right? But in SQL Server, we don't have any varchar 2. In Teradata, we do not have any varchar 2, simply a varchar only. So whatever the data type we have, it converts that into a string here. Okay, string. Number, it will convert into a decimal. Date, it will convert into a date and time. So I have given the explanation here. You can go through it. It converts source data type into Informatica native data type. Source qualifier is an active and connected transformation. It's an active and connected transformation. Source qualifier has many properties. If you look at here, these are all the properties. If you are not writing any properties, you are not overriding any properties in source qualifier, it takes all the record from the table with all the columns. How it will write the SQL statement, select all columns from the table name. This is what it will fetch. Okay, select all the column names from the table name. This is what it will fetch. I will show you. But we have many properties. You can see here, the properties are like first properties are SQL query, then user defined join. See, first one by one we will see. The first property is like SQL query. If you double click on the source qualifier, right, you can find the properties here. Go to properties. The properties you can see. First one is SQL query, then user defined join, source filter, number of sorted port, tracing level. It is a common for all the transformations. I will tell you what is this tracing level. Then distinct, pre-SQL, post SQL, output is deterministic, and you can see here output is repeatable. So these are all the one. You can see these properties are mainly used. The first 7 to 8 properties are okay. First, I will go to the SQL query. What is this SQL query? See here, if you don't write anything on the source qualifier, it will write select star from the table name. Star means all the columns. Column names it will mention. So that's why if your source team making more columns, your Informatica will not fail. Select all the columns from the table name. That is what your SQL query. We can override. Say for an example, in the source table, normally it will have more data, right? Not only 1 year data. It will have 2 years, 3 years. All the data will be there in the source. But we have to take only whatever the data we want. How can I take? So that's what we have to go with SQL query. So by writing SQL query, we can restrict the data from source itself. By writing SQL query, we can restrict the data from source itself. That is what SQL query. Okay. Next one is user defined join. See here, previously we haven't joined anything, just we have taken one table and loaded into a table, but we can able to join. But the thing is here, we have to join homogeneous join. I will tell you what is this. Each and everything we will see clearly so that you can understand what is this. User defined join means homogeneous join. Homogeneous means tables from same database. Tables from same database. That's what homogeneous join. Then source filter. Source filter means, for an example here, you are applying some filter condition in the SQL query. So instead of that, you can go for the source filter. That filter condition, you can write it here. Any filter condition. Look at here, salary is not null. Something we are writing, right? So this is the, so those who are getting salary, it will be picked up from the source. Country equal to India. Okay, status equal to active. Something like that. If you want to put some filter conditions, you can put the filter condition on the source filter. Select distinct is nothing but enable or disable. That is a full row duplicate. It will select, say for an example, in the source you have the full row duplicate. See, everything I will show you, practically we will see, then you can get to know. It will remove the full row duplicate. Pre-SQL and Post Sql. So what is the Pre-SQL and Post Sql, right? Pre-SQL means, so this SQL will be executed before this particular SQL. Okay. See, this SQL executed to fetch the data. But before that, I want to execute any SQL, then I can go for the pre-SQL. Post SQL. See, after data fetch, I can go for the post SQL. That means, see, you can do the index creation or you can do the collect stats. So all this you can go for the pre-SQL and post SQL. Then number of sorted port. Number of sorted port means you can do the order by class and all. I will show you what is this. Okay. If the source is flat file, all of the above properties are disabled. Okay, remember this. If the source is flat file, all of this source qualifier properties are disabled except the tracing level. Why? Because if the source is flat file, you cannot do anything. See, whatever you are writing here, so everything is like a SQL query only. SQL query only. That we will see now. We will see one by one. Okay, first of all, we will execute the table. We will execute one flow. Just I'm doing table to table. Look at here. Going for create m underscore source qualifier underscore transformation. Just I'm making the transformation. I will take source is a table, employees table, t underscore employees table. So that I'm doing any changes on source qualifier? No. So if you double click on this, there is no changes. Just I have taken as it is. Control yes. Then it should be valid. You can right click, can go for arrange all, right? Then go to the workflow manager. You can go to the workflow manager, create workflow, wf underscore source qualifier underscore transformation. We can create a source qualifier transformation. Then we can take this particular mapping and connect it. Double click, go to mapping. Source should be pointing to source. Target, we are pointing to target. Just we are taking the data from source table to target table without any transformation. After that, we will do some transformation logic. Okay. I'll start the session. It will be started and it will be loaded into the target table, right? See, target table, it will write. How many data it will write? See, whatever it is going to read from the source, it will write. You can see here 107 record read from the source and 107 record returned into the target. So, okay. Now we will analyze the session log. See, session log analysis is very, very important. I will show you some of the things. In session log, you can able to see three threads. What is the three thread? So one is reader thread. First one is reader thread. Second one is transformation thread. See, transformation thread, reader thread, it will read the data. Read the data from source. Transformation thread, it will transform the data from one format to another format. If you do not have any transformation logic, then transformation thread will not do anything. It will just pass the record. Then writer thread. Writer thread will write the data into a target table. See, wherever you are getting any error, either reader thread or transformation thread or writer thread, so there you have to concentrate on it. See, if the source itself, we are not able to get the data, then there is an error in the source qualifier, right? See, if you look at here, it will show you the information and then timestamp node. So which node it is running, what is the thread it is running. See, whenever you are seeing the director or manager or mapping, right? These are all about the Informatica level. Something you are seeing that reader thread, reader. So it's at a source side. Writer is nothing but target side. Then message. You can able to see here the messages like, so what is the date, time, format, and everything it will take. And if you go a little bit down, see, whenever you are getting some time, see, please go through one by one all this. DTM, you know, right? DTM means data transfer manager. You can go a little bit, you can see all this writer thread. Source side, you'll be having the, look at here, target, writer thread. It's a insert into, right? Insert into table name all the column names, then values will be there, values, question mark. Question mark means runtime, it will load the values. See, if you want to copy this, you want to make it like a Google or something, you want to Google it, then you cannot copy from here. Here you cannot right click and copy. From below you can copy it. From below you can copy it, okay? If I want to copy, below only you have to copy. Okay, go a little bit down. You can see here the source qualifier query, right? SQ instance means source qualifier instance. SQ implies source qualifier query. You can see, you can copy this query. So what is this query? Look at here. What is this query? Read. RR means relational reader. SQL query issued to the database. First row written from the database. That means Informatica can able to read the data, establish the connection. Read 107 record, right? See, this is what you can able to see. And what is the end loading the target table? It has been ended. Then load summary is showing how many record read from the source, how many record written into the target, everything you can able to see. Then it will complete. Session completed without any issue. You can go and check in the source qualifier, the query. So where you have to execute source qualifier query, you have to execute it in the source side, you have to execute it, correct? So Informatica will execute this query in the source qualifier, the source database, and whatever the result you are getting, right? So that result will be picked up from the source. If you look at here, select all the column names from table name, from source table. See how it will be, how it is writing. Select table name dot column name, table name dot column name. See why it is mentioning this way, right? If you are writing this way, the performance will be improved. Instead of mentioning like select column names alone, employee ID, first name alone, if you are mentioning like table name dot column name, performance improved. Instead of writing star, if you are mentioning the column names, so that is also will improve the performance. Okay. And also if the source team, they're adding more columns, it will not impact on our Informatica load. See, this is what. Okay, it will fetch the, how many record it will fetch. You can see how many record it will fetch, all the 107 records. So this is what Informatica will fetch the data from the source. Okay. See, instead of this, I can go for some where class, where I can write any class. Okay, so where commission percentage is not null. Where commission percentage is not null. That means who are all getting commission, I'm picking up, is not null. Not null means value should be there. That is a not null. See, just I'm writing the not null here. Okay. Okay. So just I'm executing it. Out of 107, how many records you are getting? I will go and execute. 107, you are getting 35 records. Okay. See, even out of those who are getting commission, and I can go for some other condition also. The salary should be more than $8,000 and salary, right? You can put condition greater than 8,000, some condition. See, whatever out of 35, you are getting only 20 records. See, you can write this SQL query based on your scenario. Based on our scenario, you can write the SQL query. Clear on this? So now what I will do, I will select this query. Normally, this is what we will do. We will write the query in SQL. That is what SQL source database. And then go to this Informatica. You can double click, can go to properties. Here I'm writing this SQL query. Okay. Okay, apply, okay, save. Then you can refresh the session. Right click, refresh mapping, and execute it. Now Informatica will fetch only 20 records from the source. See, look at here, instead of 107, it will pick only 20 records. See, whatever the query we are writing, execute the query in the source database, and then if it is executing correctly, then place it here. That's what we will do. Okay. Okay, look at here. It has been executed only 20 records. It has taken. Okay, that is what it will go and write into the target table. So I'm saying that if this is the record should be loaded, then you can take. Say for an example, you have employees data, employees table for a particular company. It has all the employees who left the company, or they went for some medical leave and all. You have taken all the records, and instead of that, you want to take only active employee status record. See, whatever the condition, whatever the query we are writing, all the source qualifier properties will be available in session level also. If you go here, the source qualifier, you can see all the properties, Sql query, whatever we have written over there, it will be available here. I'm overriding this. Instead of 8,000, I'm writing 9,000. I'm overriding this, or 10,000. Okay, so session level, I have written one query, but mapping level, I have written one query. So now you guess it, which one it will take. Any idea? Informatica, anyhow, it should take only one, right? So Informatica will give preference to session level properties. Remember this. I'm going to run it. Now it will take different records. So that's why in real time and all, if you are go and check, sometimes what will happen, production database, production server, we used to take the, we will check it, the queries, and then we are getting this particular record only. And then we are going to check this query here. We were seeing some different properties here, but the query is running, it's different. If you go and check why it is having different, they should have written something different in session level. So what will happen? Some new, see, look at now, that only taking 8 records, right? That is what it will take. Sometimes what will happen in real time and all, we may face some issues. See, as an interim fix, we have to apply status equal to active. Some filter condition we have to apply. If I want to do any changes in production, it should be go with releases, change ticket, all this, right? So we cannot change anything in the production as it is. So it should go with all the cycles, development, testing, then pre-prod, and then approval, everything. It should, even one small properties also, it should go with, but it will take a lot of time. Your business is waiting for the particular fix to be applied. Condition should be applied over there. So what we will do, we will raise one request. We will get the approval from business saying that this is an issue. To fix it immediately, we will go for session level override. We will give that information to our business owners, system owners. We will get the approval. They will say like, go ahead. Once we get the go ahead, then we will go to the Informatica support team. We will assign it to them and ask them to change the properties in session level normally. Okay. So normally we will ask them to change. Okay, put some condition here, some filter condition you apply, source qualifier query, you change it, something like this. Because of this, it is causing an issue. Something like that we will apply. We will tell them. They will immediately, they will apply here. They do have the access, right access. Then they will change it, they will save it, then they will run it. Okay, then they will ask, next time you go with the change request. See, real time, always check whether we have something like a different logic in session level. Okay, so now I will remove this. I will remove, I will apply, I will save here. If I'm going to run it, how many record it will read from the source? So it is taking all the record. It is not taking 20 records. Why? Because 20 records, previously we were seeing 20 only. After that, we have changed the query in session level. We have removed it. Why it is taking 107? Now can you able to guess it? If there is no query, then what Informatica will think? It will take all the records, correct? Select star from the table name. That's why it is taking 107. Okay, remember this. These are all interview questions they will ask. Okay, so now what I will do, I will revert it back to the previous one, that 8,000. Now it will take. I have reverted. Okay, now it will take. This is called source qualifier query. So what I will do, I will remove the source qualifier query. Even you can write whatever the queries you want to have. You can ask me, can I write something like a joins query? Yes, we can write. But whatever the column you are taking from the join query, So that column should be there out of this SQL, out of the source qualifier, that column should be there. Say for example, department name you are taking in the SQL query, that department name should be there from here. Okay. So that is why we will take a source qualifier query. And what I will do now, I'll go for simply, instead of this much query, it's very simple condition, right? Simple conditions. Then that condition I can write here, source qualifier filter, source filter. I will apply something like job ID. Say for an example, job ID equal to SA underscore rep, sales representative. Okay, job ID equal to SA rep. I will write. Apply OK, save, and I want to refresh it. Refresh mapping, Control S. So you will check it whether it has been, that source qualifier query is there or not. So there is no query, right? Okay, now I'm going to execute it. You can see here, so 30 records. Now if you go and check the session log, so Informatica will write that session, the query. Okay, you can see here, from employees, where employee dot job ID equal to SRF. We haven't written this query. We have written only the filter condition. Informatica will take the filter condition. It will write the SQL query. So this is called SQL source qualifier filter, source filter. So you can write any filters. The same way you can overwrite the filter condition on session level also. Okay, now I'm not writing any filter conditions. Just simply I'm removing it. I'll go for the number of sorted port. What is the number of sorted port means? Say for an example, I'm writing 1. 1 means first column. What is the first column? Employee ID. See, while taking the data from the source, based on the employee ID, it will sort it order by on employee ID. Order by on employee ID. That's what it will take. 2 means employee ID, comma, first name, not second column alone. If you are writing number of sorted put is 2, it is 1, 2. 3 means 1, 2, 3. That is an order by class. I have explained order by class in our SQL. Please go through that SQL order by class. Okay. If you look at here, it will take same data only, but it will be on the order by. If you go and check the session log, you can find the order by class. You can get session log. You can see here there is an order by class, right? Get session log. You can see here it will write order by class. Okay. So from employees, order by employees dot employee ID. Okay. Employee ID it will take. Why we are writing this order by? So in order to improve the performance, we'll go for this order by class. From the source itself, it is order by, then its performance will be improved. That's why. See, I am writing 2 here. Number of sorted port is 2. It will not go for second column alone. It will go for employee ID, comma, first name. See, in this case, our real, in this scenario, since employee ID is primary key, even if you are making 1, 2, that is same only. Why? Why? Because first column itself, it is a unique column, unique values, right? It will not go for the second one. If you look at here, I will write. I will show you in the source level so that you can able to understand. Select star from employees, order by, where order by, okay, order by 1. 1 means first column. This is employee ID. See here, I'm making 2. 2 means second column alone I'm ordering. So it will make second column. But Informatica, how it will write, right? See, if you are making 2, 1, 2, it will make. 1, 2 means first column. If you are getting first column duplicate value, then it will go for the second column. Since it will not have duplicate value, it will not go to the second column. Okay. Informatica, if you are making like number of sorted port is 2, it will write 1, 2 only. Look at here. I'll show you. Get session log. You can see here. Look at here. Order by employee ID, comma first name. That is the way it will write. It will not write order by first name alone. Clear on this? What is meant by number of sorted port? Next one is called user defined join. Can I get data from other table as well? Yes, you can get it. But if you want to join it by using the source qualifier, both tables should be on the same database, either from the Oracle or from the SQL server. So only one. You can go for n number of tables, not an issue. But all the tables in same database. Same database, okay? All the tables in same database. Look at here. I will go to the employees table. Look at here. I have the employees table here, right? See this one, I will take employees table. I want to know which department she is working for. Which department she is working for? Nancy. Which department? So department ID 100. Do you know which department it is? If I want to know which department ID, what you have to do? You have to look up. Say how we will do the VLOOKUP in the Excel, right? The same way we have to do the joins here. Joins. See here, joins departments. 100 is finance department. Where it is located? 1700. 1700. Where I can check? Okay. So department is finance department, located at 1700. 1700, which location? I have to check it in the locations table. 1700 location is, so Washington, US. So that is what you have to look joining. Okay, first of all, we will join this employees table and departments table. For each and every employee, we will load the department name. We'll go here. So how to do the joins? Say for example, this is what our employees table, departments table, employees table, department table. Both are in Oracle. So that's very important. Okay. Both are in Oracle. Both are in SQL server. Either both are in Oracle or SQL server or Teradata or anything. But everything, it should be a same database. It's a departments table. Departments table. So what is the table here? It's an employees tables. Employees tables. Okay. The condition is both should be on same database. Okay. So now you can take the column names like employee ID. So you have all employee ID. I hope you should have already gone through this employees table. You have the what is the columns, different columns are there. Department ID, up to department ID you have. In real time also, we have to analyze the table first. So whenever we are going for any development, we have to analyze it. How the tables, what are the different columns are there, primary key, foreign key, relationship, all this. So you'll be having the department name, department underscore name, and location ID. Location ID, all this. Okay, here I have the target table. Here I have the target table. See this table, you need to create it. You need to create it. I have given the syntax for this table creation. Look at here, I have given the syntax. By using this, you can able to create the table. Okay. I have added two more columns, department name and location ID in the existing table. Like from this T underscore employees table, I just copied. I have created like a T underscore employees underscore department. There I have added two more columns. So I will, this is the table name, target table. So this is the target table. This table contains these columns like employee ID, first name, last name, up to department ID I have, up to department underscore ID. Yeah, the department underscore name. Department underscore name. Since many of you are from some different background, so I'm taking all this basic concept for the joining. Okay. See, this is what the columns I have. So for each and every employee, I want to find out which department name they are working, which location they are from, location ID alone. I have to bring these two tables column into one single table. See here, you'll be having one source qualifier, right? For this, you will be having one source qualifier. See, remember, whenever you are going to do source qualifier joiner, so how many tables you are joining, not an issue. You can have one single source qualifier. So you can remove all other source qualifier. You can remove all other source qualifier. You can have only one source qualifier. Common for whatever the number of sources you are using. See, even you are using three sources, 4 sources, even sometimes you use 10 different sources, source table, but everything should be at same database. Remember this. This is called source qualifier, right? In this source qualifier, you can join it. First of all, these columns from first table, then department ID and department name and location ID, these columns only. So what you have to write? Simply you have to write the join condition. Join condition is employees dot department ID, department underscore ID equal to, okay, departments dot department ID. So this is only simply you have to write departments dot department ID. You have to write only join condition, not a query. It will write, Informatica will write that query. Even if you want to write a query, you can write in SQL override. That source qualifier override you can write. But no need to write simply if it is a join condition or filter conditions. You can write it here. Say for an example, I want to load only finance department. What you will do? This is join condition. This is join condition. After that, you have to write filter condition. You have to load filter finance department. In the filter condition, you can write any filter condition, whatever the condition you want. Say for an example, I want to write department name equal to finance department. Finance department. So that you can write. See, the above one is called join condition. The below one is called filter condition. You are filtering out. See, only the employees who are working in finance department will be loaded. Department name, location ID, department ID. See, department ID, you can take it from here also. Clear on this? Okay, I will go to the mapping. I will create it. Now you will get to know. So m underscore source qualifier underscore joiner. First table. What is the first table? Employees table. So what is the second table? Departments table. Is there departments table now? No. I have to go here. First departments table, you can pull it. So you can connect departments table. This time you have to take departments table also. At the departments table, this is the one. You can select it. So departments table also. See, this is the source side. So what is the connection here? It is a database level connection. Okay, database level connection, not in Informatica level. So database level, this employees table, departments table is there connected with department ID, employee ID and all. Okay. Then target. Target, which table I have to take? See, don't delete any of the source or target tables. Don't delete it. So instead you can clear it. Clear all. Clear all means it will be cleared from this workspace. It will be available on the left hand side. Okay, don't delete it. If you are deleting it, it will get deleted wherever it has been used in mapping. Okay, how many mappings you have used already, it will get automatically from there. It will become invalid mapping. Clear on this? Okay. See, all the mappings are now it's valid, right? Valid. If you do have deleted, then this will become invalid. That is one concept. Okay, we have taken the source, 2 sources, but we need to have the target. Go to target, bring the target table here, core, and you can take target T underscore employees underscore department. I can take the second table, department table, drag and drop. So this is the department table. See, this blue color is different. This blue color is different. This blue color is ETL pipeline, that is Informatica pipeline. This blue color is database level connections. Okay, so we can have only one source qualifier. The second source qualifier, you can remove it, delete it. So you can have This source qualifier common for both. This source qualifier will have department ID. From here also you'll be having the department ID. Department ID, department name, location ID. Only these three columns I'm taking. I do not want this manager ID. No need to take it. Department ID. Okay, you can ask me. So here itself you have the department ID. Why you are taking one more department ID column? Right? So these two columns only we are going to join it. Department ID and department ID. Right? So that's why. Double click. Go to properties. The properties user defined join. Only write the conditions. What are the conditions? So just click on it. Double click on the department ID. Click on OK. Employees.department ID equal to departments.department ID. Click on OK. Apply. OK. And then you can go with the target. See here, target. Employee ID to department ID, you can take it from here. So no need to take the department ID one more time. You can make department name and location ID from here. You can take it, Control yes. It's a valid now. Okay, it is a valid now. So this is what you can go for the source qualifier joiner. Source qualifier. And I can go here, create workflow underscore source qualifier underscore joiner. Double click, go to mapping. Source should be source. Target should be pointing to target. Truncate and load. I will truncate the target table and load it. Start workflow. It will load based on the join. It will make inner join. It will make inner join. Okay. I will show you how to do a left outer, right outer and all, but it will make inner join. Inner join, left outer, right and outer and all. If you want to get clear idea, so please watch the sessions on joins. I think it's a 4th session or 5th session. I have clearly explained what is joins, why do we need this joins, all this. Okay, got succeeded. You are seeing only 106 record. So that means one record not loaded. Why? Because some join condition is getting filtered out. Okay, you are having it here underscore DEPT. You have the department name and location ID got loaded. For an example, I want to do left outer join. Left outer join means all the record from the left table matching record from the right table. So how will you write left outer join here? Simply, this is an Oracle table, right? Either you can write SQL query, or if it is left outer join, the right hand side, you can make plus symbol on the bracket. Like this. If you are making plus symbol on the right hand side table, then it will become a left outer join. Okay. See, if you want to know how it is, please watch the SQL sessions, SQL join session. It is called a left outer join. Okay. So I'll go here. I will refresh the mapping. Control yes. Start workflow. You can see here, it will read from the source itself. It will read 107 records. Okay, see here, it has taken 107 record. You can see here, there is a null value on the right hand side. See, null value on the right hand side. This record will not be there in the previous one. Okay, null, there is no matches. That is why inner join it didn't take, but now it is taking. Okay, clear on this? I can apply some filter condition also. I can go here, apply some filter condition, source filter. See, what is the filter? Department name equal to some department name I can put. I can put department name. So I can put department name is purchasing. Okay, purchasing department. Click on OK, apply, OK, save. Purchasing department. It will make the joins. See, without join, you cannot say how many of the employees from purchasing, right? Without join, can you say? Can you load purchasing department alone, employees alone to the target? No. joins only you can able to load it. That's why here you can do the joins. Okay. So look at here. It's running. This time it will load only purchasing departments. Only 6 records. 6 employees are from purchasing department. Without joining it, you cannot able to understand. You cannot able to find it. So that's why it is called source qualifier joiner. Okay, clear on this? So what is it? This select distinct. What is select distinct? Say for an example here, I have one table called select star from employees, right? Select star from employees underscore one. Employees underscore one. This is same table, employee like same like employees table, but I have added two records with duplicate value. Look at here. This is one record. This column is different. Last name column is different. This will not be taken as duplicate, but here it will be taken as duplicate, full row duplicate. Okay. This is full row duplicate. This is not a full row duplicate. So if you are selecting distinct, Informatica will remove the full row duplicate only. This one only. Okay. If you look at here, this one, source qualifier transformation. I will go to the source qualifier transformation. Here, what is the table we are fetching the data? Employees table, correct? Employees table. If you go a little bit down, the last you can see one option called source table name. Source table name. Here, the source table name, I'm overwriting it. Employees underscore one. Do you know which table it will take now? Data. Whether it will take employees table or employees one. Employees one. But the mapping we have created for employees, right? Mapping it has been created for employees. What is the predefined conditions? The condition is all the columns should be matching with employees. See, employees one and employees one. Sorry, employees and employees one should be matching. See, now I will take this employees underscore one. If I'm taking that employees underscore one here, it will read the data from employees underscore one table only. Source table. Here I have written some different table. It will not take from employees table. It will take from employees underscore one. Clear on this? Okay, how many record it will read? 109 record. So 109 we have, right? 109. So 109 record it will read from the source. I have to apply some distinct. If I'm going to apply distinct, see here 109. If I'm going to apply distinct here, select distinct, how many record it will read? 108. Why 108? This is not full row duplicate. This only full row duplicate. See, from the duplicate, it will remove one record. You'll get 108 record. Even target also. This is target. See, instead of loading into a T underscore employees, I want to load it into a T underscore employees under history table. You can mention the table name here. Sometimes they would have mentioned that table name differently here. Okay. Some history table, they will load it. See, they will take mapping session and everything copied. Source qualifier query, they will write some different queries. Target table, they will change it here. That's all. Then it will go and load it into the history table. That is what they will do normally. See, pre-SQL, post SQL, before reading the data, you can create an index. After reading the data, you can remove the index. That we can go for a pre-SQL, post SQL. So this one you leave it. I will teach you separately. Okay. But other properties, you practice it. Now it is fetching how many records? 108 instead of 109. It will remove full row duplicate.